Hello everybody, Ghostblade 1062 here with another rolling stock review. Today, we will be reviewing a 2-pack of Rivarossi Coos Lumber Company logging cars in HO scale. I had picked these up at Super Train this year from the Train Exchange. And now, onto the video. Alright, taking a look at the box, we have the Rivarossi logo in the top right, in the top left here, and in the bottom left we have an icon depicting that these cars are in HO scale. Through the clear plastic window we get our first view of the cars as well as the log loads. And we see that there's some additional parts to be fitted as well. The bottom, top, and top of the box both have the river, as well as the left side, both all have the Rivarossi logo. While the right side of the box has a little bit of information. So here we have a drawing of the two cars as well as the Rivarossi logo. We also have the product barcode, the product ID, which is HR6629. This is a 2-unit pack of log cars in the Coos Lumber Company scheme, running numbers 166 and 168. On the back of the box, we see that Rivarossi is a subsidiary of Hornby. We also see that this product is made for people above the age of 14. We have the Rivarossi website, as well as the phone numbers for Hornby customer service lines, and a little bit of information about the cars in Italian, German, and English. To open the box, we simply pull off the lid, and we have the cars sitting in this styrofoam cradle with a sheet with a piece of clear plastic holding them in place. We also have the cars and logs wrapped in soft plastic for additional protection. Here is car number 168. And the whole body is die-cast, making it quite heavy. And now for the second car. Number 166. And in these separate two little pouches, we have spare chains. Well, we have chains as well as spare load bar brackets and brake wheels. The chains are to hold the logs on the car. And then included, we also have these plastic log loads, one for each car. And next, we will move on to the detailed overview. To start with the detailed overview, we will begin with car number 166. Starting at towards the front of the car here, we have our detailed truck with basic suspension detailing. The center support beam of the car itself is detailed to look like it's made out of wood, having the notch detailing and being painted black, which actually helps the notch detailing stand out. We have the Coos Lumber Company reporting marks and road number along the side here as well. And looking at it from the top, we have the supports, the side stakes, which are able to fold out, which will help support the load. We also have this nice chain detailing here going from the brake wheel. And looking at the car from the underside, we have our air reservoir for the brakes, as well as our brake lever detailing. And moving on to the second car, we see much of the same detailing, with the exception of the road number being different. But still having the supports that flip upwards. And putting a log load on. They do require the chains that come in the little baggies, as we can see, otherwise the logs will just roll right off. But those I will put on off camera, as they are fairly delicate. And next, we will move on to the rip track segment. Okay, starting with car number 168, we will begin with checking the wheel gauge, which all 4 axles are engaged as per the NMRA standards gauge. And for car number 166, all the axles are also engaged. Now, we will move on to check the coupler height. The front coupler for car 168 is sitting low. However, the rear coupler is properly engaged. Now on to the second car. This is car 166. The rear coupler is engaged. As is the front coupler. So out of this set, 3 out of the 4 couplers are at proper height. With only the one coupler being low. Which, taking a look, the box for the coupler is not screwed in properly. It is not aligned from the looks of it. Trying to readjust it didn't help, so I will have to take a closer look to see where the issue lies with the alignment. Though it seems to be something internally that's causing the issue. However, what I will do now is off camera put the log loads on, and then we will take the cars for a test run. There we go. Alright, everybody. This concludes my review of the Rivarossi HO scale Coos Bay Lumber Company logging cars. All in all, they are quite nice cars. My only real issue was the one coupler that I will have to look into, why it's sitting so low. And aside from that, I only really had an issue getting the chains that hold the log load in place to stay. The log load itself could be a little bit better in appearance at the ends, but that is nothing a little bit of sanding to get rid of the molding seams and a little bit of paint to make the ends look more realistic. But aside from that, the loads themselves have a good weight to them as well, making the cars very stable on the track if you can get them secured. The chains that hold the loads are made of metal, which is nice. And all in all, very nice cars. And with that, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like or a comment, and subscribe for more model railroad content. Have a great day, everybody.